Now for this video, we are going to identify the vertex, roots, y-intercept, axis symmetry, and min or max value of these functions, but we're going to use DESMOS this time instead of going by hand. So to do that, at my first one, I have this function negative 3x squared plus 18x minus 5. I'm just going to go ahead and head over to DESMOS, and I want to type that in. So I have negative 3x. You can use this down here. You have that square button plus 18x minus 5. And so I get this here. I'm going to go ahead and first I'm going to start with my vertex. My vertex is going to be the highest point. So to go up on this graph, you just need to click and drag. And I see there it is. So to get what that actual coordinate is, you're just going to click on it. And I see I got it. So it's 322. Next, I want to know my roots. So again, I know that's where my x-intercepts are at. So I'm going to go down. I want to see where this crosses the x-axis. And so I see it's here and here. So to get what those actual coordinates are, you just need to click on it twice until it turns black. And so I see my roots are 0.2920 and 5.7080. Next, I want to identify my y-intercept, and I know that's where it crosses the y-axis, and so I see that that is at 0, negative 5. Now, axis symmetry and max/min value, I can get those both from my vertex. So remember, my axis symmetry is always just the x value of my vertex, and so it's going to be x equals 3. It's important that you have that x equals there because the axis symmetry is a vertical line that's cutting it in half. And so my max/min value is going to be the y value here is 22. And here, since my a is negative, it's less than 0, then that means I'm going to have a maximum value. You can also see that from this graph because it's opening down. And so I see the highest point it gets is at 22. So it's maxing out at 22. Okay, let's try number 2 now. So I'm going to click out of that. And for that one, I have 2x plus 5 squared. Now I see it's really not zoomed in correctly. You can click on this plus or minus to get where you want. So first I want to find my vertex. That's going to be my lowest point for this one. And so clicking on here, I see that's at negative 5, 0. Next I want to find the roots. And I see that my root is actually the same as my vertex. So I remember my root is where it crosses the x-axis, and so that's going to be at negative 5, 0. Next, I want to find my y-intercept, and I see it's going to be way up here, so I need to drag it. And so I see that's at 0, 50. My axis symmetry, I get that from my vertex. It's my x value. So x equals negative 5. Here, this one has a bottom on it, so it is going to be a minimum. And it's going to be at my y value of my vertex, which is at 0. Go ahead and pause the video. I want you to try and do number 3. So these are the answers that you should have gotten for number 3. Now for this last one, this one looks a little bit different, but it's going to be the same process. This one I have x plus 2, x plus 3. So first I want to find my vertex. That's going to be my lowest point, so I see that's at negative 2.5 and negative 0.25. To find my roots, I'm looking to see where it crosses the x-axis, and I see it's at negative 3, 0, and negative 2, 0. You could have also recognized that by if we were to solve this by factoring and set each of those equal to 0 and solving for x, I would get those same numbers. And then I see for my y-intercept where it crosses the y-axis, that's at 0, 6. My axis symmetry is just my x value in my vertex, so it's at x equals negative 2.5. And now this one, since it opens up, it has a minimum, and it's going to be at negative 0.5, the y value of my vertex.